sweet. But basically, I got into music. My parents, both of them are musicians. My mom sings. My dad plays timbales. He played back in a banda in Mexico. So that entire side of the family is all musical. Got into that with piano and stuff. My dad bought me a little Casio keyboard. I got into music really about when MTV first came out. I got to see the video Jump by Van Halen, and that just kind of jump-started everything. So I was listening to like Kraftwerk, Depeche Mode, Living Colour, if anybody even remembers those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, and shout out to one of the dudes that I have mad love and respect for. Is one of your C-Town boys is like Sir Mix-a-Lot. And this is way before fucking Baby got back. You guys gotta understand, that motherfucker had an album called Slaz. If you don't know what the fuck that's about, y'all need to pick it up, because most people just look at Sir Mix-a-Lot as a one-hit wonder, and I don't believe that. But anyways, back to what I was telling you. As far as hip-hop goes, my influences came in the early 90s, you know, the golden age of hip-hop. Mm-hmm. While my folks over here at the West Coast were listening to like NWA and Ice Cube, and that shit, I was listening to Wu-Tang, Rakim, and KRS-One, and, you know, Tribe Called Quest. Mm-hmm. So definitely my sound is definitely influenced by the East Coast, although I'm a West Coast girl. Favorite rapper of all time, still holding it down, has to be Kool Keith, because that motherfucker just don't give a fuck. He just says he just says what he feels, and he just goes and he just rolls with it. So yeah, Ultramagnetic MCs, if y'all don't know, pick it up, Google it, find out.
Get to know it.
For real.
Well, okay. As far as a female artist, did you have any female artists, hip-hop wise, influence you? Yeah,
definitely the original Queen. I always have to give mad love to her. It's like Queen Latifah and the Queen Bee, Little Kim. I grew up listening to them, even Moni Love. When Lauryn Hill came around, I was just in awe by her presence, because not only could she sing, but she had the tightest flow, and she didn't have to look like a whore. So that was a plus. And in my book, you know, when a female can throw it down like that without having to be some kind of sex toy, I give mad love and respect. So definitely Lauryn Hill, Little Kim, Queen Latifah, Moni Love.
Cool. Yeah, much respect to them. Yeah, I grew up on the East Coast, so back to the Mix-a-Lot thing real quick. You know, I can remember hearing his song Posse on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
And, just thinking to myself, who is this guy? You know, and that's the first time I ever heard about Seattle. Didn't know I'd end up moving there. But you know, definitely, man, that dude goes back. And
oh yeah,
that's right. That album Swass, that's the shit. You got to pick that up. I mean, classic. But yeah, he was a big influence for me too. But anyway, not about me. It's not about me. Kool Keith, yeah.
Yeah, Kool Keith, definitely. But I just have to touch back on Sir Mix a little bit, because I was actually at the ASCAP Expo about 2 weeks ago, and I literally had that album on repeat the entire 2 weeks.
It's dope. It's a dope album.
Exactly. And the dude next to me, he's like, who is this? And I'm like, what? And I guess he was, you know, because he's a little younger than us. And he said, oh, well, you know, Sir Mix-a-Lot, he thinks Baby got back. But then, you know, you hear like Kid Sensation rip that shit up, and it's like, whoa. Yeah. Like mile a minute, like just rapid fire. Yeah. And speaking of rapid fire, I also am a big fan, huge fan of Big Daddy Kane for that same reason. Love Kane. I don't think there's a lot of rappers nowadays that can touch his shit even now. And that's what I love about like the 90s hip hop. And I think that's why I'm so critical of hip hop today, and have been critical of hip hop at any point of time, is because I grew up with the good shit. It's like when you go to a Mexican restaurant, right? I grew up in a Mexican household getting all this good ass food. And if I go to a Mexican restaurant that claims to be authentic, that shit better be authentic, or else I'll call your ass out.
Because you're gonna know. You're gonna know.
Exactly. Same thing with music.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah, having grown up with hip hop as part of our lives, I can more than agree on that. Okay.
So
back into it. Do you have any advice or any tips to any young women that are trying to get into the musical business?
Yes. One, be yourself. And when I mean be yourself, I mean really truly be yourself, because people can see that shit from a mile away if you're trying to be fake. I know I can smell bullshit from a mile away. So definitely be yourself. But secondly, just learn from anything and everyone, meaning, you know, read a book. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go into it blindly, because that's when you're going to get your ass handed to you. So if you're going into any business, it doesn't have to just be music. You just have to really learn the industry and be out there. And, you know, go to shows, watch other people perform, communicate with those in the industry by networking, attending events. I mean, it's a job, even within a job. Don't think that you're going to sit at home and your shit, you know, your career is going to flourish by you being like a bedroom producer or a bedroom MC. It doesn't happen that way. Trust.